All right, so I already did one class and I spoke to that business class, and now I'm going back in to do another session, and I'm going in to finish this class and go home. So let's get to this video. All right, we're walking in.
Well, guys, today we're joined by one of my friends and former students. Today, Shane is here to, everyone, first off, round of applause for Shane Hayes. So we look in finance and even buyer behavior and economics, the idea of the efficient market, and that basically says with millions of buyers and millions of sellers, all with access to data and pricing information, there shouldn't be many arbitrage opportunities. In other words, if something is too high, people won't buy it. If something's too low, of course, the market will flood and take full advantage. Shane is here today to talk to us about his marketing strategies, building a retail arbitrage business, and some of his experience in the retail industry prior to his startup.
So basically, this is my YouTube channel. It has almost 15,000 subscribers. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that and kind of why I have a YouTube channel. So let me ask you guys this question: is how many of you buy stuff on Amazon? Everybody in the room. How about eBay? One person. And then how many of you know that you're buying stuff on Amazon? About 45% of the products are from people like me. 2, 3 people. So I'm a third-party seller on Amazon. So I'm a registered business, and I'm also basically have a seller's license in the state of Illinois. And so how I started out with this is I did 9 years in corporate retail, 2 years with Target, which I was an executive manager for Target. And so a little bit about this is when I first started selling online, I had about $20 in my savings account. And so I started selling stuff on eBay. And then I kind of built that profile up. It took like 2-3 years. Really played the long game in it. And then I broke into Amazon and I started selling books. Because every college student, like 50% of them, wait till about the last 4 days till they need their books. And so they'll buy them off Amazon. And so my first month selling books on Amazon, I started selling last August on Amazon. My first month I did almost $2,500 in just used books. And so from December till January, I've sold $18,000 in product just on Amazon. Not including, I have 5 streams of income, so that's not including that. So this YouTube channel is one of them. So 15,000 subscribers doesn't seem like a lot. So that's marketing, like every business markets, every business does that, but my marketing is a little different because I branded my YouTube channel. People on YouTube that's like talking about eBay, they want to learn. And then I branched out. I went and actually had a viral video and went from 1,000 to 5,000 subscribers, and my channel blew up. And so that's kind of how I've done that. And then I had a lot of questions about Instagram, so if you have any questions, I can answer those after this. So I do affiliate marketing through YouTube. And so what I do and how I sell stuff besides books is called retail arbitrage. And so what I do is I actually go to places like Walmart and Target and all these other stores, even Dollar Tree, and I buy stuff from clearance. So there's 3 types of retail arbitrage. There's clearance, there's items that sell for a normal price but sell much higher, and there's discontinued items. And so like discontinued items is like Refresh PM eye drops. I was buying those and they sell for $170 a bottle for a bottle this big on Amazon, and I paid $10. And so it's discontinued, that's why it sells, but also clearance aisle. So when you look at like prices in the market is gonna dictate what you can sell it at. Obviously there's laws into like what you can price your stuff at, but on Amazon, it's a free market for the most part, because you gotta look at it like this is, there's like a used book. How are you gonna put a price on a used book? Because it dictates the need for that book. The need for that. So when you think about like these retail stores, they can't sell products. That's why they're on clearance. Like for example, they had these iPhone mirrors, roughly about a month ago. I was paying $12 for them, and I was selling them for $89. And I was at Walmart, and I bought 50 of them. I was making $60 a piece on each one. So basically, these big stores, the market's very small and limited. So when you're looking in business and you're looking for, like, if you're you know, basically studying markets, how people buy, consumers, basically every one of you besides 3 only knew that people like me sold on Amazon. So what does that say about Amazon's marketing strategy? It's brilliant. Because all you see is fulfilled by Amazon, and my products are being fulfilled by Amazon. So that's like marketing 101 with Amazon. They built that company to actually kind of act like that, so people don't know where it's coming from. They just know it's Amazon. That's the brand that they're seeing. But Walmart, when their market is super volatile, it's into one city. So if like no one in here wants an iPhone mirror, you're not going to go to Walmart and buy an iPhone mirror. But there's 250 million people on Amazon buying. And so when you're looking at markets and stuff like that, that's really kind of the brunt of everything. So on top of that, I had a lot of questions about Instagram in the last class. So Instagram, who here has an Instagram account? Awesome, pretty much everybody, but like a couple. So on Instagram, okay, there's not really any like kind of, like you can't really monetize it. But what people do is they build an Instagram following. And so this is also marketing, and they, you know, when they get to 20, 30,000 people will pay them $150 just to type a little sentence with someone's name to give them a shout out to gain more Instagrammers more followers on their profile. Every business should be marketing. This is free marketing. They actually pay me to do it. And so what I do, you know, how it's given me exposure is Mel Magazine actually did an article on me, and they're out in LA. So that kind of went viral on the internet. The Washington Post, I did an interview with them last week. And then I've also had TV producers call me, talk to me about potential A&E shows, stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy what social media can actually do for you in building a YouTube following as well as selling online. Now, like in the last class, there was a bunch of like questions about YouTube. And you don't have to sell online to build YouTube. Like you can build a YouTube channel on anything. Like you go to Dollar Tree and build gift baskets for your family. You can make a video on it. You know, and after 1,000 subscribers and 2,000 watch hours, you can monetize that. So I did this for a year, about a year and a few months without making a single dime. And I invested over $1,000 in equipment to do this. And so I just stuck with it, really niched into marketing, and was able to grow my following. So, any questions so far? No? Cool. So basically, for the most part, like you gotta look at retail corporations, like the structure of retail. Like I worked in corporate retail for 9 years. I learned, so my side was actually worked and managed the investigation side of retail. So I have a bachelor's in criminal justice and associates in criminal justice. And so I actually managed the investigations part, caught employees stealing, stuff like that, traveled everywhere, did investigations. Loved it and hated it at the same time. So then what happened was I was a target for 2 years and my position got eliminated. And I took a sales job where I made like 50 grand less. And so that's when I really focused in on Amazon. I was doing YouTube and all that while I was doing that, but it wasn't quite prevalent. And so when you look at a retail structure, like you see retail stores closing down. And so I know like in this class you're learning about like pricing, you're learning about how you can get to the market with products to sell them to consumers, what consumers think when they buy. So think about like when you go to Amazon, what do you think? It's a brand, you're familiar with it, you pay $99 a year for Prime. Why wouldn't you use it? You know what I mean? So the other part is how many people really want to go to Walmart and walk around? One person. I mean, sometimes I do just to buy stuff, but for the most part, like that's what you gotta look at is people are kind of changing, the culture's changing, And so a lot of these big stores are not conforming with that culture and the consumer ideas of what they want. So now Walmart has third-party sellers on Walmart.com, but it's fulfilled by Walmart, but it's not very successful because it's the competition that Amazon has already established. And so a lot of these stores, like Toys R Us, all these stores are closing down. It's not because of Amazon. It's not like because they're a big bad beast. It's because primarily those companies aren't conforming with what consumers are looking to buy and what they want. Toys R Us had a very bad website. wasn't very great. Bon-Ton stores, Bergner's, Carson's, not a very good website. Wasn't that great. And so a lot of businesses now, like when you graduate and you move on and you get a job at the company or you go into marketing or whatever it may be, like this is all self-taught. Like I didn't study this. I had a couple classes with Aaron and it got me thinking about business, and then I started thinking about business. And so basically I tried to minor in business, and then I took a few classes and I said, no, I don't want to minor, I just want to graduate and get out of here. And so that's what I did. But when you go out and you get a job, or you decide to start your own business or your own company or whatever, like you have to leverage everything around you, including social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, pretty much everything, like as a whole. And so for me, like I'm a sole proprietor now. So this year I'll be moving into an LLC or an S corp. And so I have wholesale accounts. So I have 7 wholesale accounts that I can buy wholesale just like Walmart and Target. I don't get as good of deals because I don't have 2,200 locations, but that's pretty much like basically I've met a lot of people through YouTube and through social media. I've met college students that sell on Amazon and eBay and then make an extra $3,000 or $2,000 a month or $1,000 a month while going to college. And one guy, I'll tell you this story real quick, it's really funny. He's like, I sell a lot of books on Amazon. I was like, how do you get them? He's like, I buy them from my friends because the bookstore won't buy them back. So it was like he's buying them for $5, he's sold them for $200. So I have some also like a bunch of thrift stores. So I have like actual contracts with them where I scan in the back room on the books they can't put out. So I'm taking books up for 50 cents, and I sent in $3,000 last week in just profit in books. And I sent one book in for $949. That will sell for $949. It sells one time a year. So it's very, very powerful. Very, it's a different mindset. Like people think you go to stores, they don't realize who they're buying from on Amazon. They don't realize the Amazon marketing strategy, which is absolutely genius. Any questions or anything? Yeah.
Is there a process to become like an Amazon certified seller, or is it like eBay where you can pretty much just make an account and start selling stuff?
You can basically make an account, okay? But Amazon, what it is you don't have to have a business license, you don't have to have nothing like that. They're gonna ask for like a bank account statement, they're gonna ask for an ID, like a copy of your ID, and then you just fill it out. Basically, like by our IRS standards, you have to pay taxes on every dollar you make. But on Amazon, it's just like eBay. If you don't hit 200 transactions and $20,000 in revenue, they don't 1099 you. So you have to add it in when you do your taxes, like as extra income. Yes?
How does it work with shipping on your side?
Absolutely. So for eBay or Amazon?
Amazon, because eBay you just have to, you have a couple days to do it.
It's like Poshmark,
Yeah.
If you've used Poshmark, it's like like I would ship it out to you.
Yeah.
But on Amazon, I get corporate rates through FedEx and UPS. So it's about 50 cents a pound. Pretty cheap.
But you have to you have to send it in as soon as they make that purchase, correct?
No, so what I do is I list it on Amazon. So I literally just have a scanner on my computer and I scan the barcode and it pops up, there's a listing, and I make sure it's exact. I say I want to sell mine, and I add it to a batch. So what I do is I build this batch, and then I hit ship, and it ships it out, and so I basically box it up, and then I ship it to the warehouse, and as soon as it hits the Amazon warehouse, it goes live, and then customers can buy it. So it's in Amazon's full control to ship it out, but also they answer some customer service issues, I answer some, it just depends.
So you don't even have to like keep it in your house and stuff?
Nope, it's totally gone unless you go out and buy. So I bought 218 packages of light bulbs a couple weeks ago at Walmart. Took me a while just to those out, a couple days. It was 298 pounds of light bulbs. And I'm currently, I'm selling 20 to 25 a day for $4 in profit. So, but basically when you box it up, you ship it out, you put a label on it, the 2 Amazon labels. You have to put stickers on everything over the barcode. It's an Amazon ASIN sticker. And as soon as it hits the warehouse, it's gone. You don't see it again unless you don't sell it, then you can recall it. Or you can have them destroy it for 10 cents. Yes?
So when you say you get like a prorated shipping rate,
Mm-hmm.
so when you send that to them, is that what you're paying, or do they rebox it and charge you on that?
Nope, so as soon as you ship it to the warehouse, that's what you pay. They actually pay for everything to the customer.
So they rebox them individually then?
Mm-hmm. They think about, like I said, about, it's usually 50-pound boxes. Sometimes Amazon will like split your shipment, which means you have to put it in a different box because what they do is they use an API that basically tracks and says, we need one of these at this warehouse, or 10 of these at this warehouse, and so it could split your shipments. I pay extra to have it shipped in one box, so I ship 50-pound boxes, and basically once you pay for the shipping to the warehouse, you're done paying for shipping.
So you don't get the money until the customer pays for it though?
Well, so with Amazon, so you have 2-week pay periods, and so you sell it, and then in 2 weeks, your account builds up, and you see the balance, and then it gives you a date that you get paid out, and then you get paid, and then it starts over. So it starts over about halfway through. So like today, mine has not started over yet. I'm still accruing the same balance. Then in about a week, it will shift and it'll start accruing for the next one. So I have a $4,000 drop in profit that I'll get dropped in like next week, and then I'm already accruing for the week after. Yes.
Do you ever like drop ship where like you don't like necessarily buy it, but you go on like the website and then just put it on Amazon for a higher price?
That's a good question. So drop shipping, how'd you know about that?
My boyfriend does drop shipping.
Okay, all right. So drop shipping, okay, is another method. I don't like the business model of drop shipping because there's 2 ways that it can go wrong. So there's a right way and a wrong way to do drop shipping. The right way to do drop shipping is you contact the manufacturer, you build a relationship, and you say, let me sell your product. You can drop ship it for me. And they say, okay. The wrong way to drop ship is when you copy and paste over to Amazon. So Amazon is like super strict. eBay, a lot of people drop ship on eBay. Tons of people drop ship on eBay. But Amazon is super strict, and that means that they will ban you or suspend you for anything they want, because unlike eBay, Amazon sells on their own platform. eBay does not. And so you have to like really follow the rules. So if you drop ship something on Amazon and they find out, they can suspend you. eBay's been cracking down a little bit on drop shippers, but drop shipping is kind of a way that you don't have product. You don't spend product. You just get a listing from a website, you copy it, and then you sell it for $2 more, and then you just pocket the product. Yes?
Where do you get the data to like find these deals on these items that are going for the same prices?
Good question. So I use a website called Brickseek, and it basically takes the API from Walmart and Target, and it scrapes the data on the back end, and it gives you inventory levels for every store. So I can literally see inventory levels for every Walmart store in the United States. And so what I do is, there's a free version, there's a $10 version, and there's a $30 version. And I do the $30 version. It allows me to build like shopping lists, but it's great for also college students, because if you don't want to sell stuff, you can get the free version, and it gives you daily markdowns and deals on food, on pretty much everything. So if you want like a video game, maybe mark down at Target, and you can see that. You can shop, like you can look at the daily markdowns in your store. And so like if it's like Bloomington Normal, and they have Target, you can look at that store and look at the markdowns in the exact store.
So then when you choose your products, you just go on there, see like what the inventory is, what the price is, and compare it to other prices that it's selling for in the market, and that's how you determine.
Absolutely. Well, and so I also leveraged 2 free sites called keepit.com and camel.com, and it gives you free data from Amazon's API, where it can actually, you can track to see how many times the item, you get like graphs, and you can track to see how many times the item is sold per month, all the way up to a year. And so you kind of leverage that data, and then like if I'm searching Brixie and I find an item, I'll just copy and paste the UPC to Amazon, and I'll look and see how many sellers are on Amazon selling it on my seller app. I'll look and see the rank, because there's a rank that every product is in a rank on Amazon, and the rank is out of the entire category it's in. So like home goods is a 69 million category, and it has 69 million ASINs or products in that category. So even if you get something ranked a million, it's still the top 2% of the category. And so I kind of build that data, and then I just go buy it.
So what would your week look like on a daily basis?
It's crazy because I still work a 9-to-5 job.
Oh, goodness.
So I work about 80 hours a week. And so the reason I do that is because I should have my house paid off in a year. And I will be completely debt-free, no debt. And I can walk away from my job and not worry about bills and do this full time. So then I also have, so me and a friend, he does YouTube as well, he has 50,000 subscribers. We're building a course on Amazon, a course on eBay. Other questions? Cool.
I have one.
Yep.
I logged into YouTube. You were doing a live stream on Friday night.
Mhm.
You had 300 people watching.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
So basically, so 300 people watching is pretty decent. I mean, I'm not Joe Rogan, so Joe Rogan is 100,000 people, whatever. But basically what I do is I go into YouTube and I build an event and I put it on a time. And so our most that we've had is like 550 to 600 people watching at one time, live. And then basically what you do is you start it and you go through Google Hangouts, and then you start a live stream. And then we usually have like, I do like 2 live videos Fridays and Sundays. And so what I do is you can live stream, you have other topics we talk about, and then also people give you super chats. It's pretty crazy. I know, it's pretty insane. But, yeah.
So wait, talking about like when you put advertisements in your like YouTube videos, at like what kind of following do you like have to do that? Or
So-
like not have to, but you're allowed to.
So 1,000 subscribers,
Oh.
and then 2,000 watch hours, and then you just apply for monetization. It takes a couple months. What I can say is there's like you can go on YouTube and kind of look at like channels, and you can search channels, whatever. If you type in like there are people doing makeup reviews on YouTube. They're doing like clothing try-ons at thrift stores, clothing try-ons at Target, and you know they're looking at like 300,000-400,000 subs. But you know the 15,000 doesn't seem like a lot, but when you think about the watch minutes. So in the last month, 28 days, I've had 1.9 million minutes watched on my channel. Actually over 2 million as of today. So 2.17 million watch minutes on my channel. Yes?
Right, so I know a little bit about AdSense, but has there ever been like an opportunity for you for like a company to like actually offer you to like promote their product during your video?
Yes. I get reached out to usually weekly, every 2 weeks. So there's this site called AMZ Scout, and they actually reached out to me and wanted me to push their product for like 45% of the sales, and I said no. Because I have my own products to promote. I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, we're selling these radios on Amazon. If you review it, we'll give you one for free and we'll give you like $200. And I'm just like, no. But usually like there's a huge, like that's how Mel Magazine contacted me, was they contacted me through YouTube. They emailed me and then they did an article on me. And what happened is it kind of went crazy. It went on like easydig.com. It was like trending number 4 on Google. And then the Washington Post called me the next week. So it's really like exposure. So what you want to look at is like if you're like looking into building a channel, building an Instagram to monetize it, like go into it thinking that I'm going to provide people value and I'm going to like do it for the right reasons, but don't think about money first, but the money will come. Like it's just about providing value, doing it for the right reasons, and then after that, people will start following you. Yep.
Are there a lot of obstacles you have to go through when using social media as a business?
Absolutely. So the obstacles you have to go through is haters. I get a ton of them. I get a ton of haters. If you look at some of my comments, it's crazy. I get called names all the time, and I don't really care. That's one of the worst obstacles. Like I had a guy 2 days ago threaten my Amazon account because I outed the product, and I just changed the name of it because Amazon lets you change the name how many times you want. I don't care. But that's like the main one is like haters, negative comments, negative reviews, stuff like that. And that's something you just have to overcome because I don't let it bother me because they're only really hating for a reason. If they watch your entire video and they still do a negative comment, how bad is their life really, you know, how bad is their life? So did that answer kind of your question a little bit? Yep.
Do companies like Big Lots or Lowe's, do they care that you put them on the front of your video or no?
I mean, Walmart's commented on my videos before, and they're like, "Oh, great find, thanks." But you know, really, for the most part, like, you know, they can tell you to stop filming. I've never been told to stop filming in a place because here's the thing: is they're getting free marketing, but as well as they can't really tell you to take a video down because there's copyright laws and all. I mean, I'm not like using their name in a derogatory, slanderous like kind of way, but it's just typically in a video, and so they can't really do anything about that unless I name my business like Big Lots on Amazon. Then they might be able to hit me with a copyright. But all great questions. Yeah.
What do you use like edit your videos? Did you just teach yourself that?
I taught myself everything. So I use a MacBook Pro. I use Final Cut Pro X. I have a GoPro Hero 7 Black I record with. It's the best stabilization of any GoPro out there. And then as well as, I use this site called Morning Fame. Pay $10 a month for it. And it basically helps me build relevance on all my videos to compete with other videos. Good question though. So, but there's also like, there's a G7X, it's a great camera. It's like it's like the hottest vlogging camera out there. It's like $400 or $500, but GoPro Hero 7 is probably really, really, really hard in comparison to that. Virtually, the moral of the story is that anybody can do this. So just, I mean, if you want to like do it, sell on eBay for a little bit, sell things around your house or your dorm room, whatever. Okay.
Shane, thank you so much for your time.
Just got out of there, crushed it. We talked to the business class. I did a video, so I don't know how much you're actually going to be able to see or how much you're going to hear. Hopefully my mic was working good, but it went extremely well. And don't forget, never give up on your dreams. Never, ever, ever give up and make that money.